All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Kevin, aka Vortex Math, aka Rock Groove. Originally from Cleveland, Ohio, raised here in Atlanta since the age of about 5 years old. House music scene was introduced to me, the Atlanta house scene in particular, was introduced to me via MJQ mid to late 90s. Going on Saturday nights and checking out Kai. And that was a big influence on me, like that deep house that he was playing. It was just, the vibe was just so cool, you know, like it was otherworldly in MJQs at that time. What we're doing now, we're doing a chakra-based house music project with my artist Akua. We're working on a project where we're just focused on tuning people up chakra-wise, so from the root chakra to the crown chakra. And this is a way to kind of keep house music alive in a new way and kind of merge it with spirituality. So not that house isn't spiritual innately, but we're doing it with the specific intention to like help people tune their chakras. So.
Hey, I'm Akua Taylor, originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and living in Atlanta for the last 10 years. I guess I was introduced to house music by my big brother Kemet, who's also from Milwaukee. And I think, you know, Kemet just kind of introduced me and welcomed me into the scene a little bit, you know. And then it seemed like really the only genre that could appreciate and understand my intention behind music, which is affirmations. Having a genre that wants to hear mantras, wants to hear affirmations is why I love house music. And connected with Vortex Math on this chakra project because of that same reason. It's an intentional music, and it has a particular vibration that we feel the house music community welcomes and enjoys.
Yeah.
So our current single right now is called Feels, and it's for the sacral chakra, and it's all about pleasure, abundance, joy, and it is available on 432.bandcamp.com along with the other chakra music. The current single Feels is also available on YouTube. Music video is popping, it's awesome, so you can find us there, as well as streaming all platforms near you. So Feels is the current single.
All right. And the current state of Atlanta house music, you feel like it's going to live on? And
yeah, house music is here to stay. House music is here to stay. House music in Atlanta is alive and well, particularly because of the DJs that keep these events going. It provides people the outlets that they need to get free, get aligned, you know, and heal up, tune up. So I believe house music is alive and well in Atlanta.
Yeah. So house music in Atlanta, I don't feel like is going away. Definitely the audience is getting older, but I feel like, you know, there are some young people that trickle in here and there. And I feel like an interesting thing happens with young people. When you least expect it, you will realize that they were paying attention and that they actually like some of this stuff. And it might not be like a whole gang of people. It might just be a small group of people. But from that can grow something bigger, you know? So regardless of the size of the future house scene, I don't think it's gonna go away. I think it will forever be something, because it's just something that you feel, you know, and it's something that touches people. And like I said, I think young people connect with it, and maybe we just don't see it as much, but they do trickle in here and there. I see them, so, you know.
What's the age group you think is?
Probably, I would say, I've seen people probably in their like late 20s, you know what I mean? Like coming from different scenes, like from some of the hip hop scenes. I've seen a few people surprisingly like trickle in and be like at House in the Park, checking it out. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, maybe around late 20s, early 30s.
Repeat your name again.
Kevin Smith, aka Vortex Math, aka Rock Groove.
Akua Taylor. Woo!
Hi, my name is Lynn Harris. That's LINHHARRIS. Lynn. Okay. I've been DJing since '97. I got into the house scene for Mi Casa Es Tu Casa in Mexico, and that's also where I met Salah. That group kept me into the house scene. I was an open format DJ at the time, and that scene kept me in-house, basically. Ever since then, I have caught Salah in Mexico and Croatia, and he pulled me into Atlanta. So I had to check out what Atlanta has to show us. This is my third year in a row at House in the Park, ATL Weekender. Definitely here to check out the vibe and see what you guys got to offer. I love where the house is going right now. Even in the younger scene, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we grew up with, and they get to hear it again in a new remix, you know, new platform. And I love seeing young kids out in the park dancing to house music, because that blows my mind that their parents taught them right. I don't want to see any changes, I don't think, because it's a community, it's a growth. You fish people in, you pull people in. People want to stay because it's the crowd, it's the people, it's the music, and that's what makes it house. You know, if you didn't feel comfortable in any kind of music scene, you kind of leave and you find your house. You know, and I love the way it's going, because everybody's got their own little tiny house.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is DJ Kim Lightfoot, Lightfoot. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and then I moved to South Jersey, and then I've been out here in the city of Atlanta for 4 years now, trying to make my mark on the house music scene out here. And I've been blessed to meet Salah and Kai and Kemet and Ramon, and everything is working out pretty cool for me right here. Been DJing since I've been 16, 17 years old, coming from Brownsville, Brooklyn, and I never envisioned to be where I am right now. I've been on tours to Japan every year up until the pandemic, and I've played so many iconic places that I'm just humbled to still be on the scene and relevant at this time right now. I'm feeling the scene out here in Atlanta. Coming from New York, New Jersey, when I first got out here, I didn't really know what to expect, and the dancers, the DJs, the whole culture is really similar to back home in New York, New Jersey. It's just that I don't really know a lot of the dancers and DJs out here. I'm starting to now, so adapting to this culture and this scene out here is pretty easy. I'm getting love, I'm giving it back, so I think moving forward that the scene out here is vibrant, and these guys here are keeping the scene alive, and they're doing a fantastic job.
Hello, Nani Walker, Noniwalker, Nani Walker, aka DJ Skywalker, Skyywalker. So So I first got involved with the Atlanta Weekender in 2021. Although I had been playing and starting to play house music throughout the pandemic, actually the Atlanta Weekender Recovery Party, which is going on right now, was my very first Atlanta house party in public. So it's a very, very special weekend for me. I've been going to the Atlanta Weekender for about 10, 11 years now, but playing here, this is now my third year playing here. Here in Atlanta, we have had a house scene, despite what people think, we've had a house scene for many, many years. And in fact, I was so blessed to be a part of the Tambour Party for many of those years, which helped to bring in DJs from all over the world. People think New York, Chicago, Atlanta ain't got nothing, but no, we've got a great house scene here. We've been here for many, many years, and I believe we're gonna be here for many years to come.
My name is Portia, P-O-R-T-I-A. I am from South Africa, but I'm living in Argentina.
My name is Michael St. John, aka Whiteout, W-H-Y-T-E-O-U-T. I am from Chicago.
I know the House in the Park guys from Mikasa Holiday, so last year they invited me to come and play. This is my second year. I love it here because the people are so warm, they're so welcoming. It's a vibe. Typically I play a lot of Afro and a lot of soulful music. I definitely feel like I'm very connected to the Afro because I'm from South Africa. I try to definitely represent my culture, and I feel like Atlanta has definitely embraced that. When I went to House in the Park, it's like Afro and people are loving it and feeding into it, so it's definitely my kind of place. Like I feel very embraced and very loved in the city, so I feel like the house scene here is amazing. If you haven't been, you better make it out here.
So let's see, I met the House in the Park guys in Miami in the early 2000s. We all used to go to WMC. Genre-wise, I really don't have a genre. I play anything that makes me want to dance. I was a dancer first. It was a natural progression for me. Today I played The Clash, Sherelle, Afro, and a few other things. Oh, I closed with Southern Girl just for the Atlanta people. I love the scene down here. It's great, and aside from the music part of it, I am a recently single man, so the eye candy is wonderful.
Thank you, White.
Okay.
I'm very hopeful in the house scene because I've seen quite a few young DJs coming up in the space, and I feel like they're embracing it, and I hope that they bring it out to the younger ones. Like this weekend, I brought my niece to House in the Park, and she didn't want to go because she's 11, but she had such a good time, and she sees what Auntie's doing, and I'm so hoping that that resonates with her, and so she can follow in my path, or at least following the music.
And see me, as an older head, I've been doing this for 32 years. I really think we need an injection, not from the DJ side, but we need the youth. If we don't, this music dies with us. And it's encouraging to be at things like that, and maybe the picnic in Chicago and the Silver Room Block Party, rest in peace. This was the last year. But we need that, and there's not a lot of people bringing that crowd in. The one I do know though, those Muscle Cars kids that played out here for Kai, they have specifically their own following, and they're young. They're not the older people come check them too, but they're kind of like the shining bright hope, I think, for us, and they can really play.
Yeah, I really believe like house will never die because I feel like it's connected people literally from around the world, and I feel like that connection can also translate to people's kids who maybe their parents are the producers of this music or the DJs of this music, and so them growing up hearing it and feeling it, it's kind of like how I feel like I grew up. I feel like I grew up listening to certain kinds of music in my household, and so I resonate with that as an adult. It's like I'm thankful that my parents did play that music because now I can be out there and playing it and introducing it to the rest of the world.
Well, and I'm not trying to be a downer at all, but when I go to these kind of things in the States, and it's been better here, you see a lot of older people, and like I said, we need the younger group.
Yeah.
Definitely, and it's encouraging when you do see it.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, because
Like when I met you at Charivari, apparently there was like an 18-year-old who played. And
Yeah.
she was there maybe 8 years ago when she was little, and she goes, I want to do that. I want to DJ. And this year she got to play. So
that's what we
hope.
need.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is hope.
Yeah. Then there's a little young kid from New Jersey, just a DJ. He's amazing.
I know him.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like those kind of kids, maybe his friends can then maybe listen to
And
the same
DJ
thing.
Pope's kid in Baltimore, and Amir Brooks.
Yeah.
Whose son is he?
I don't know. But
He's somebody's son too. But
the
anyway,
idea is that it will continue through the generations, through osmosis, or through us bringing our kids to these parks, to these events, and them seeing what we're doing and following that path.
yeah.
So what kind of music do I play? House music. I like obviously different pockets of house music, but I would usually describe what I prefer to listen to and what I prefer to play as soulful grit or gritty soul, like a genre of deep house but very soulful. On the other hand, I also like a very good sing-along, like soulful house. I like to listen to everything, but what I prefer to play is, I would say, like a lot of Detroit sounds also. And when it comes to Atlanta, people tend to say out of Atlanta that, oh, there's not really a big house music scene, what I've heard before, but obviously I knew that, number one, that's not true, and then coming here to see House in the Park is definitely a lie. So yeah, it's great. And again, there's also different pockets. There's House in the Park, which is maybe a more, how do I put this, seasoned crowd, right? But then there's also a younger scene where a Stefan Ringer or an Alexis plays. So it's very, you get different, you just gotta know what to look for. So
yeah, well, I don't have a specific genre either. I like a good sing along. I call it high vibrational music, where it's now inclusive in LA. The brand that I represent is Utopia Tribe.
Oh yeah,
I would love to have
okay.
you come out.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
anytime.
Yeah, but the vibe now I'm seeing is to bringing the people together more in a cultural way. In LA,
Yeah.
it's good to bring them together and then have them realize that it's about love. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing it for. So I try to play records that could bring people together socially and inclusive in a love kind of way.
Yeah.
That kind of
I
vibe.
guess we all try to just provide people that are listening with like something that they can take away from, something to make them feel a certain way, you know, in a positive way at that point.
It's a ministry for you.
It's definitely a ministry for me.
You
for
definitely
sure.
can say that,
Because to say go in front of an audience and do something versus make them feel something. You get what I'm saying? So it's weird. Sometimes when I play, I get in the space and be like, the space doesn't feel, so you gotta warm it up in a certain way because they expected one thing. And
Yeah.
you're a whole thing by yourself. I'm sure you've had those days where you showed up and go, wait a second.